the lasers, Tom Slingsby of Australia had a good lead going into the medal race. Behind him, Nick Thompson of Great Britain and Matías de Sola of Chile were only a point different. Thompson had a disaster though, failing to get back from his practice beat in time for the start and having to chase the fleet from 30 seconds back. The jury were very active on kinetics, disqualifying early leader Luka Radicic of Croatia for his second offence. And on the last run they pinged Javier Hernandez, meaning he had to perform a 720. So the final medal positions were: first, Tom Slingsby, Australia; second, Matías de Sola of Chile; and third, Javier Hernandez of Spain. In the laser radial for women, Marit Bouwmeester had a 5-point lead over Efi van Acker, who in turn was 6 points ahead of Veronika Venclova going into the medal race. The medal race started in a hard rain squall and left paid on the first beat. Bouwmeester led from the start. Van Acker headed towards the right-hand side. She had to do something different to try to overtake. Veronika Venclova fell back to 7th on the first lap and fell out of the medals, but pulled back on lap 2 by going hard right. The final positions were: first, Marit Bouwmeester, Netherlands; second, Efi van Acker, Belgium; third, Veronika Venclova, Czech Republic. In the RSX men, the Pole Przemek Mieszynski held a slender lead over his fellow countryman Piotr Mishka, with the Israeli Nimrod Mashiach and the Frenchman Alexander Guyardet close behind. The medal race started in light winds, with lots of pumping on the RSXs. The Cypriot, Andreas Karielou, led all the way round, but right at the finish, Przemek Mieszynski pumped past him to take the win right on the line. World champion Nick Dempsey of Great Britain pulled through to third. On the last lap, Rodriguez and Bontemps passed Nimrod Mashiach, pushing him down to third overall. The final positions were: first, Przemek Mieszynski of Poland, 17; second, Nick Dempsey of Great Britain, 34; and third, Nimrod Mashiach of Israel, 35. In the RSX women, Bianca Manchon of Spain held a 10-point lead over her rival Zofia Klepaka of Poland, with further back Bryony Shaw of Great Britain. From the start, Manchon made sure she stayed close to Klepaka, getting ahead on the first beat and then covering hard. They fell to the back of the fleet, while world champion Marina Alabau of Spain led from start to finish. Behind her, the Australian Jessica Crisp held second from Bryony Shaw of Great Britain. The final medal positions were: first, Bianca Manchon, Spain; second, Zofia Klepaka, Poland; third, Bryony Shaw of Great Britain. The Finn fleet is full of past masters and current champions. Going into the medal race, twice European champion Ivan Gaspic of Croatia held a 5-point lead over the Spaniard Rafael Trujillo. In a light, shifty wind, Marin Misura of Croatia led all the way round. Behind him, Gaspic and Trujillo were right at the back for the whole of the first round. An amazing last lap, they both pulled through to take third and fourth place, which was enough to retain their gold and silver position. Misura's victory pulled him through into the bronze medal position, with Zach Rayling missing out. The final medal positions were: first, Ivan Gaspic of Croatia; second, Rafael Trujillo of Spain; third, Marin Misura of Croatia. In the 49ers, Nico Delicata and Nicholas Resch held a 6-point lead over Nathan Outridge and Ian Jensen of Australia, with the young Kiwis Peter Burling and Blair Tuke third. The race started in 12 to 15 knots, with occasional gusts of even more. At the first mark, the medalists went round in order: Delicata, Outridge and Burling. But on the first downwind, the Australian caught the Austrian, who then couldn't drop his kite in time and capsized at the leeward gate. Outridge, having been handed victory on a plate, took it with both hands and led all the way to the finish. Behind him, Peter Burling and Blair Tuke moved up into second overall, while despite his disaster, Nico Delicata and Nicholas Resch maintained third. Final positions were: first, Nathan Outridge and Ian Jensen of Australia; second, Peter Burling and Blair Tuke of New Zealand; third, Nico Delicata and Nicholas Resch of Austria. In the women's match racing, the world-ranked #1 British team of Lucy McGregor, Nicky Muller and Ali Martin dominated the qualifying rounds, losing only one race all the way to the final. By contrast, the other finalists, the French women Anne-Claire Lebert, Alice Ponsard and Myrtille Ponge, struggled in the early rounds, but made it through to the semi-final where they beat the Spanish 3-0. The French continued their winning ways in the final, taking advantage of rare British boat handling errors to take the first two races. The British recovered though, using hyper-aggressive match race tactics to pull back to 2-2. In the last deciding race, the British again took control of the pre-start manoeuvring and won the start, holding a narrow lead at Mark 1. But on the first run, the French shadowed the British, caught them up, jibed to starboard in a gust, blanketed the British and rolled them, pulling out a big lead by the leeward mark, which they held to the finish, taking the final 3 races to 2. The final positions were: first, Anne-Claire Lebert, Alice Ponsard, Myrtille Ponge of France; second, Lucy McGregor, Nicky Muller and Ali Martin of Britain; third, Tamara Echegoyen, Sofia Toro and Angela Pumariega of Spain.